Hi, this is my tube amplifier. I built it many years ago using point-to-point soldering technique. You know, the trials get so hot when the amplifier is in use and you cannot touch it. It puts out 100 watts of loud sound. That's good enough for me to listen to my favorite old songs. But you know, this is really a thing of the past, and I know many of you are not familiar with it. Now that we are living in the digital age, we are now using digital amplifiers like this one. It has so many tiny parts, so I cannot build it myself. I bought it online, connected it to a loudspeaker and to my smartphone, and you know, it's 4 times more powerful than this heavy old amplifier. You know, seeing all these things amazes me of how fast technologies improve. And if that translates to development, I can imagine that our lives now are so much better than it was 30 to 40 years ago. But we know that it's not the reality. The reality is that there are many communities in the world that are underdeveloped, and many people are still living in poverty. The reasons I see are the non-affordability and non-accessibility of technologies for many people in the underdeveloped communities. This is not only true for technologies that only make life better, but more importantly for information and communication technologies that are supposed to contribute significantly to development. As a development worker and communicator, I agree that information and communication are two very important factors for development. And advancements in ICT must accelerate community development. You know, whenever I listen to community leaders sharing stories about how they were able to solve a community problem that pushes them a step towards their development goals, I always hear them say it all began when they started to communicate. Let me share to you my latest experience of listening to a community leader, Gando of Villa TJ. Villa TJ is an upland farming community in northern Isabela. The short video can be seen in the website and Facebook page of Outreach Philippines. Winnie shares a story of how they were able to solve the problem of lack of source of water that affected the whole community for a very long time. It all started when Winnie and other leaders of Villa TJ took the initiative to communicate with each other to gather more information about their community, about their situation. And that gave them more understanding about their problems, especially the problem of lack of source of water. After that, they communicated to other communities around Villa TJ, and they learned about the association organized by Outreach Philippines in Villa Corazon that built their own water system project. They communicated to the association in Villa Corazon, and after that, 3 leaders from Villa Corazon helped them by sharing their own experiences on how they are able to solve their issues. Because they have no resources, they ask for Outreach Philippines help to access resources so that they can provide guidance to Villa TJ. And impressed by the initiative, Outreach Philippines provided funding for the association in Villa Corazon as an experimental project of community leaders of an organized community helping other communities. Then lockdown was enforced due to COVID-19 pandemic before Villa TJ was able to access resources for their water system project. The community leaders from Villa Corazon had to end their work in Villa TJ, and the residents of Villa TJ were not allowed to do meetings and mobilizations. Although the cell phone signal in Villa TJ was weak, the group needed to rely on it for all their communications needs. The leaders of Villa TJ didn't know how to send emails, so they would write letters and would take pictures of them. Then Winnie would go to a place where signal is strong enough for her to send the photos to the local government units of the town and the province to negotiate for drilling resources, and also to Outreach International to negotiate for funding for water system construction materials. Labor was counterpart of the residents of Villa TJ. The water system of Villa TG was built during the pandemic with so much reliance on ICT. It is now supplying water to all residents of Villa TG. This is an important application of information and communication technology for development in a real community situation. And we hope to see more successes similar to this in other communities in the near future. Thank you very much for watching.